Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of the Detour Live. Sorry, we're about 5 minutes late. It blocked my emails. Iffy and friend.
Robin Hood. It's all to do with that. They've got you in the gun.
ASO. They're clamping down. They want to know where that rock come from. So I've just palmed it off to the Flandrian Hotel. It had nothing to do with me. I was just a delivery boy. Anyway, I'm your host, Dan Jones, Johnny Trevorrow. We're back live again for the start of Stage 8 of the Tour de France. And
if you're Robin Hood, am I Little John?
Yeah,
in the old days, I could have been Friar Tuck in the old days, but I've lost too much weight now. So there you go.
But it was an amazing stage. Geez, you feel for Lennard Kämna, who he just got caught right at the end when the pinch on the gravel roads. But
yes, I meant to send my mate Steffi, the PR lady with Bora a message. I forgot to, but I'll do it after this. I'll send her this anyway. But yes, they'd be devastated. He had it. I saw a piece on Slightly News that said, got 200 metres to go. Well, it was actually after 100 metres to go. It was about 90 metres to go. And they went past him. I got a lot out of that stage, actually. I'm more excited to what's coming up than I was before, even though the Pog won 2 in a row. I love the way that Jonas had a go at him, hit him bang hard. It might have only been 150 metres to go, 140 metres to go when he went, but he put a gap in.
He did.
And Pog got him in the end, but didn't get him easily. And it was over. They got over the steepest part and it flattened out a little bit. He just bang got him. But that to me said, hey, we're still going to bike race here. It might be out of 2, but we always thought it'd be either one, Primoz or Vinegar. And I got excited about all that. But yeah, look, amazing stage. We all felt for Kämna. It was a wonderful attempt, and I thought he had it. When he got inside the last kilometre there, and he still had, nearly 40 seconds. So I thought, no, he's got this. But gee, when it gets that steep, it might only seem like 500 metres to go, but it's like 2 kilometres to go on a normal climb.
Yeah.
They're just going so slow. It takes that long to get there. And you look at, there's 200 metres to go. There was a group all together, and some of those guys, good, like Adam Yates, that they lost about 40 seconds. In 200 metres, so it's excruciating stuff. Painful to watch, but fantastic to watch as well.
Yeah, it was a big spectacle, wasn't it? As soon as they went to the gravel and the dust kicked in, and you didn't know if Kämna was going to hold on, and from a spectacle point of view. Yeah,
it was a wonderful stage and a wonderful addition to that. I remember going up it. I've been up there a couple of times and tours gone by, but they only to 1 kilometre to go. They didn't have that last little bit, the super part of that they've added to it. But I don't mind a bit of gravel when they're climbing like that. It doesn't affect the bike race. It doesn't affect the safety of the race. I'm not 100% about like a Strada Bianca whacked into the middle of a tour either, but. That's fine. But fantastic stage. Loved everything about it.
Lennard Kämna won the kanga ride, the ride of the day. So we get to present it to him. We were unsuccessful getting Wout again. His media manager actually lined him up to come over and accept the route, but we were talking to Geraint Thomas at the time. So he rode straight past.
You got close.
Got close. So, what we'll do is we'll play again the interviews before the start because there's some great stuff in there. We've got Luke Durbridge, Michael Matthews, Ben O'Connor, and Geraint Thomas. So here's the interviews from the start of Stage 7.
Welcome back to SBS. It's Luke Durbridge. I'm doing Dan's job again today. We're interviewing Michael Matthews here, second on the stage yesterday. Very, very impressive. 4th fastest stage of Tour de France yesterday, apparently. It was nuts out there, wasn't it, Bling?
It was. It was on from the gun for about, I think it was 80 kilometres. All of us were trying to get in the break. Unfortunately, we all missed it, but the breakaway actually turned out quite good for us. The yellow jersey was in, probably one of the strongest guys in the field was in the breakaway, using his energy. So that actually made it good for us.
Yeah, in the final as well, it was nuts as well. So I think everyone did a good job, put Bling in position, and in the end, Pogacar is Pogacar, but. It was a brutal stage, and he did really well out there. So we can be happy with that. And we go again, and obviously the legs are there, Bling, so you're feeling good for some more stages?
Yeah, today will be a bit of a rest day for I think a lot of us, but yeah, tomorrow we go again. It's another opportunity tomorrow. Legs are there. The team's all in really good spirits with Dylan's stage win a couple of days ago, second again yesterday for me. So yeah, we're all up there. We're all in really good shape. I think there's one mention that we probably need to do is Jack Bauer yesterday. He spent most of the race off the back of the peloton with a mechanical, and then came back and still was able to position the team into the bottom of the main climb of the day. And
two rides of the day was Wout van Aert off the front and Jack Bauer off the back, and he came back, and we couldn't believe the day he had yesterday. So that just shows the commitment in this team, and the likelihood of Jack is just chapeau, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a big ride. Hopefully he's still alive for today.
Ben O'Connor, the Tour de France can be a brutal race when it wants to be, and it hasn't gone easy on you this year. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like almost every Grand Tour I've done the last few times has been pretty rough in the first week. The Giro a couple of years ago, I was really sick. Last year in the Tour, I crashed really badly, and then this year, a small crash has had much bigger problems than I thought it would do. So yeah, it can be a little bit rough too.
Has it really banged up your body, that crash early in the Tour?
No, it's just like it's more of just an issue of its knock-on effect, pretty much. It's just the balance of the power, and I can't really use my glutes as normal, so that's pretty much just the main thing.
And today's stage, obviously finishing up Planche de Belfi, what are you expecting for today?
Maybe to break a win, but you're just going to see probably Pogacar winning again, to be honest. I don't really know what else. I mean, if they ride and they keep it kind of close, then for sure he's going to win.
And what about objectives for yourself now? Are you going to target some stages in the ladder up, or just see how it goes?
I think now I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but day by day, because yesterday I felt pretty terrible, but I'm going to try again today. And you know for sure the breakaway is going to win on other stages like Châtel or Megève or Mons. So days like these, once I feel better, once I'm at 100%, I'll go for it. And if you have the same form like you did in Dauphiné, I don't see why you can't be able to still win a stage.
And one thing the world's going to see is how tough they build them from Western Australia, eh?
I hope so. You know, a bit of grit, a bit of West Aussie grit. You know, being out there, middle of nowhere. So hopefully it shines through.
I'm sure you're going to do Australia proud, mate, and all the best.
Thanks, man.
Geraint, sorry, mate. 4 riders in the top 10. Must be amazing feeling in the group at the moment.
Yeah, so far so good, but we got some big days to come, and today's the first one. Kind of more of a starter though than the main courses in the Alps, but yeah, it's still a hard climb, super hard last couple of K. So yeah, we'll see how we stand after this.
How's my little mate from Berry going, Adam Yates, from coming over to the team last year?
Yeah, really good. He's confident. He's feeling good. Same with Danny. So yeah, I think we can be excited for what's to come.
And one thing I love about you, G, is you're a bit of a character off the bike as well, and the way you handled the Gillett situation on stage 1 was classic, mate. How important is that to be a bit of a personality on and off the bike, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's if you have a good group of guys who sort of bounce off each other, it's always good. And if the atmosphere in the team is jovial and you can enjoy it and not really take the race too seriously, like when you're on the bus and around the hotel, I think that helps a lot, because you know, it's a time to switch on and race, and get your elbows out and swear at other people probably. But then, you know, once it's time to switch off, you switch off and you really relax and enjoy the company of the boys, which I think is a big positive.
And who do you decide who has a crack at the final today? Rock, scissors, paper, or always go stones, mate?
Well, I'm happy to let those boys have a go, because it's not my typical finisher would suit me. 19, I went all right, but yeah, it's super steep at the end, so we'll just see how it goes. But I think for Yatesy and Danny, it suits them more. But just see how the race goes, really. He's trying to hold on to Pogacar really at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going well, eh?
Yeah, he always is, isn't he? He's never going bad. So, but we'll see. We've got to keep trying. We've got to believe, and anything can happen in this race. So.
All the best today, mate.
Thank you.
Well, we've missed Wout, but I'm going to I'm just going to have to give it to his DS again. Bugger it. Sorry, mate, I got another delivery. He won back-to-back ride of the day.
His son was really happy with it. So.
Was he?
Little George, he has another kangaroo now.
Well, there you go. Good luck today. Any plans?
Thanks.
Big one?
You will see. Big
Yeah.
one, big day. First mountain stage.
That's it. The
We'll see.
lucky kangaroo, bro.
Okay, thanks.
Good, mate.
So there you go.
Donuts again. But he was friendlier. Very friendly. Little George liked the kangaroo. That's nice.
That's it. We'll get him today. We're in the mix zone now, so it's a lot easier to get the interviews. For people that don't know, they've got like a mix zone after they do the team presentation. That's where
Weren't you allowed in there before?
No, but we've got the right accreditation. It's coming tomorrow, Gianni Domani. So, but we badged the lady.
I never let that worry me, mate. Right
I know.
accreditation to go anywhere.
But we badged the lady who runs the show down there. So.
That's the way to go.
And we
That's
gave
the
her
way to
the Australian, the French flag, and she said, "Oh, I've been to Australia many times." And as soon as I say that, you go, "All right, we're in." So we should be fine. And then
interesting in those two interviews you just did. I loved Ben O'Connor. When he just went, "Oh, Pogacar." So he got it right on Pogacar, but everyone was sort of so confident. But gee, that was really close. And I like G. That was fantastic, actually, that interview. And the way he just said, "Oh, look, it's not really my type of finish." And we were right up there in 2019.
Yeah.
But more for Daddy and for Adam. But he was the best of them. He impressed me. There's a few that impressed me yesterday. He was one of them.
But his ability, like off the bike as well, he's such a personality that, some rides get really intense. He's like more chilled. Like, obviously, he would be very serious and about his preparation. He's in great form, but we've got to have that balance, I think.
Yeah. I remember when in his early days, Shane Sutton, a good mate of mine, of ours, and Shane sort of brought him up as a young Welshman when he was the Welsh coach, and he was telling me about him. He said, "This kid has got a lot of class," because he was on the track originally, and he said, "No, this kid's going to go all the way." So that was from when he was about 15, 16. Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple of live comments. Carolyn Harbeck, g'day. Wendy, superfan, g'day. Dan and John, great interviews. Ben Lawson says, "I think the Tour de France looks more than sealed up unless Pogacar crashes."
I disagree. I disagree. After yesterday, I saw that was the first bit of a little bit of sunshine that we thought. My mate Vinegar, he's going to have a go. He actually was beautiful yesterday. We haven't got to the mountains yet. I mean, that was a hard finish, but it wasn't really a mountain day other than the finale, of course. But we've got some big mountain days to go. And I actually, when Pog hit the front, was sort of 400, 500 out, and he put the pressure on. I thought he's going to ride away. Well, he didn't ride away. And they all stayed there. Now, okay, when he did put the hammer down, he didn't actually drop those guys. It was Vinegar who really put the hammer down at that 150 to go. But that, to me, a very positive sign. So look, of course, he's the favourite, and you can't see him really cracking altogether. But there was just that little sign there. So I'm more confident of a bike race and a duel coming up than I was before.
All right, we're going to take a quick drinks break. When we come back, we've got Pogacar post race. We've got more of your live comments to get through as well, so stay tuned.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match, but not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
As we always say, massive thanks to Bike Exchange if you get along to bikeexchange.com.au for anything bike related.
Exactly, whether it's a road bike, a track bike, a mountain bike, an e-bike. They're big onto e-bikes now. And I saw a special they had up today of amazing e-bike value deal. So jump on the Bike Exchange and look at their new deal on the e-bikes. I'm going to go out and buy one myself, I think. And or any bit for a bike. Anywhere in the world, they're the people.
Carolyn Harbeck, a mate from Sale. Durbo had a good ride yesterday. He was in the break. I think we're going to try and line up because as soon as the stage finished, I thought I'll give George a couple of hours, but I think the Pog might be a chance to getting the Roo. So I thought I don't want what happened with Wout to continue. What if I got George to present Pog the Roo? He can line it all up.
And George was good. George was very good.
Very
good. A big tick yesterday. He did the last part of the climb, or just before his mate took over for actually last a bit for about 500 or 600 meters there up the around the K to go. It was George really going for it.
Yeah, and then so I've lined it all up and George, there's pretty full on crowds, but I'll have a crack for you. And I said, well, if you don't, I'll give you some stick on the podcast on Monday. I said, I need help, mate. And then he didn't end up winning the Roo. So Kämna won it. So anyway, I think George is going to go because Durbo's doing a great job with the interviews as well. He's a superstar.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Yeah.
So
he's loving it. You can tell he's loving it. Yeah.
I might line up Luke Durbridge to chat with George Bennett because George was the one that pulled the brake back that Durbo was in, and they get along really well, those two. So there'll be some good banter there for sure.
Did SBS show that piece with Durbo? Interviewing Blake? Yeah. I missed it. That was great.
Yeah. No, they're doing a great job. He's a great guy. Stuart McIntosh says, is there a chance the Pog is firing too many bullets too early? Can he keep it up, Johnny?
Oh, he can keep it up. Of course he can keep it up. But that's not been the issue. I mean, he was doing that last year too. I mean, he was firing them right from the start. But there's no issue about him. He will not run out of gas. But I just wonder, the big mountains, Vingegaard, he looked very, very good. And, he's got to try and crack him. And so I don't know what tactics. It was interesting to listen to some of the so-called experts saying, we're going to try and get someone up the break, in a breakaway, one of the others. Well, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is they've got to put a lot of pressure on the UAE team so that he gets isolated at some stage, and then the pressure can start on one of the last climbs. We've got some big days coming up to Ayers and so on. So,
All right, well, let's have a look at Tadej Pogacar after the finish of Stage 7.
Tadej, you seem to really have fun today, but how difficult was it on that gravel when you only just won the stage?
Yeah, it was really, really difficult, especially in the end, the last part. When Jonas attacked, he was so strong. But I said, my boys were working all day. I had to push to the finish line, especially Ushka was at the finish line and my family at the bottom of the climb. It was a really special day. We opened foundation today for cancer research, so I wear special shoes just for today, and I'm really happy and proud to take this win on Planche de Belleville.
So that was the reason why you really wanted to win, because you could have let the other riders carry on their breakaway. You really wanted to win today.
Yeah, it was in my mind already really, really long time, and maybe since route was already discovered, and it was a big goal to win today.
Your main rival seems to be Vingegaard. How tough of an opponent will he be?
I think really he's I think right now one of the strongest climbers in the world. Probably the best climber in the world, and really compact rider, and really strong team around him. So I think so far he's driving really good. And
you are too, and you've gained time, of course, in the overall a little bit. Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, a little bit is always good, but still is. We know in cycling, no gap is enough.
Thank you, Tadej.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you today, and that'll do for tomorrow. Yeah,
that's it. I've milked that joke dry with George, so need new material. But let's have a look at stage 8, Iffy. There's a couple of Cap 4s and a couple of Cap 3s, one at the finish, obviously headed into Lausanne. We start at Dole.
Yes,
Johnny.
yes. It'll be a money maker, that one. But I think it will be a break today. I'm sure a break will go today. And this is a bling day. He needs to get the break. And it's a fairly hard finish in Lausanne. It's a Cat 3. They come into the city and then swing out right on the edge of town. I know that climb. And but it's definitely a day that Michael Matthews could get that win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Breaking news as well. Happened yesterday. Amanda Spratt, she tweeted, "My Giro is over. I felt a bit off in the stage yesterday and woke up this morning not feeling well. Test confirmed positive for COVID. So sad and disappointed when my favourite stages were finally here. Heading home and we'll focus on recovery. Thanks, team." Yeah, just another unfortunate story with the pandemic.
And Georgia Baker, who was rooming with her, is out as well. She hasn't tested positive, but close contact, so she's out as well, which is a real shame. A pair of them gone. Interesting stage. Annemiek a little bit of a touchdown. She got away. She rode away alone. And then on the descent, shades of Rio, she crashed, but up very quickly and kept going. So Cavalli was second and has moved into second overall. Garcia, they distanced her, so she's now dropped to third. She didn't finish third in the stage, but she's now third overall. Alisa Longo Borghini was third at a minute 38. So it's 2:13 back to Marta Cavalli in second place now, and Marty Garcia third at 3:42. Kristen Faulkner, back into the mix, finished fourth at a minute 45. But and I'll tell you who's been going well. I haven't been mentioning him, which is a real smack on the hand for me. Is Nev Bradbury, who's the daughter of one of my old guys I used to look after a little bit, Hayden Bradbury, one of Davo's boys, actually. And he was a very, very tough bike rider. She's been going quite well. She finished 9th today, and she's 11th overall. So it's starting to go really well. She's going to be a star of the future.
Well, just on the whole COVID situation, I thought I'll do a bit of research and see how the cases are going. And a month ago in France alone, they were sitting around 400,000 daily. Now they're up to about 1.7 million per day. And I read an article saying that they've gone up 30% in the last 2 weeks globally because there's another strain now. And what can you do? It's just it's run right.
It's run right, and the politicians are all too scared to make the bring back mask rules and that. But I'll tell you what, it's getting pretty serious. And for friends of ours who say, it's just like a cold now. Well, it's not. It's not. It's getting even with these new strains. It's getting even more transmissible than ever, more contagious, and it's filling up hospitals. And it's one of the reasons why around the world there are actual real challenges with ambulances everywhere. I mean, in Victoria, everyone's blaming the state government, but it's around the world. And it's partly because, a big part of it, because of so many people getting sick. Now, they're also proving that the ones who are getting the sickest are the people who haven't been vaccinated properly, not having enough vaccinations. A lot of them got the second vaccination, didn't go for the boosters, and that's making an effect on how sick people are getting. So I know I got it just a couple of weeks ago, and I had 5 jabs. Both my initial ones and extra booster before I went to Italy. So I had 3 boosters, and it still knocked me around. So I hate to think how quick I would have been if I hadn't had those boosters. So I'm not going to jump in and have an argument. I'm just saying it's not going away. So just be careful, Detour family. If you're going into strange areas, put a mask on or keep the distance, whatever. I'm starting to think about putting a mask back on in certain areas myself.
Well, on masks, I'm getting the N95 today at the pharmacy because I've had a lot of comments. Another one today, Auckland today, says nicely repurposed pair of Bonds there with that mask. That's my Hawks inverted mask. I've got a black one that doesn't fit, but I'm getting the proper N95 mask. I'll get a heap of those today just so I look the part and full protection. Because, there's a few people on Twitter that have been winding me up about it. And, it is a safety thing. And if you were, that could be one of the only things that brings down the Pog is testing positive for COVID.
And not only one of the they would be worried about that. They should be seriously worried about that because it put him out in a blink of an eye. So, it's serious stuff. As we just saw with Spratty and Georgia, two of them out of the bike race. And, let's just fingers crossed. We'd hate to see someone lose the Tour de France because of that.
Yeah, a couple more comments. Gabe says, got to feel bad for Lenny. Spent the whole day out in the front to get some fresh air at the top of Super Planche, and the old mate kicks up a load of bull dust in his face at the start of the gravel. Janice says, it was Pog's painted shoes that made the difference. He wore some limited edition shoes. Dale Simmons says, these jumbo interviews are like Martin Brundle's Formula One grid walk interviews. Good work, Jonesy, when they give you donuts. Mate. I've got a good warm-up on the podcast. And old Dale said, looking for Pogacar after he finished, he was spent. He had nothing more to give. Hopefully he recovers quickly. And Caroline, she's getting a second booster next week. I'm wearing a mask at the supermarket and shopping centre. Stay safe, everyone.
Yep.
So who's your tip for stage 8? If you break away, you're going to go with Bling?
I am going with Bling. Yeah. It'll be a wonderful stage. Be an interesting stage. I'm loving the way that it's getting serious about trying to get away in the break. I understand why they didn't happen the first 2 days because everyone knew that the sprinters teams were too strong. They weren't going to be able to stay away. I just thought there could have been a bit more effort from some teams to get someone out there because that's what they needed to do. But it's been great the last couple of days. First hour, 50k an hour, and all on it. Yesterday was absolutely a brilliant start. So, and it'll be like that today. It'll take an hour to get away today, I reckon. I reckon. And gets up there.
Prasad wants to know, hi, good morning. Can Ineos send Pidcock in the breakaway today? This stage suits his style. They won't let him go, will they?
No, they will not let him go. He's just too close. They could try. And I was listening to some of the experts talking about that in a couple of different podcasts I was listening to, saying that's what they need to do. Martinez or podcast. Well, there's no way that UAE is going to let either of those two guys go. It's just not going to happen. Great idea. If they can get one of them into a break, can change the whole dynamic. And that's what saying that's how Ineos can maybe beat UAE. But UAE is not stupid. Pog is one of the smartest guys, maybe the smartest guy in that bike race. Close to, anyway. There's a couple right up there with him, like G and Clarkey. There's a few. And some of these DSs, like Matty White, you just imagine him letting that happen if he was Pog's DS. They're not going to let it happen.
All right. Well, anything you want to add before we wrap things up, Ivy?
No, we've got a couple of great days, and then we've got the rest day on Monday, and then we'll try and work out a way of getting our podcast in at the start line. It could be wonderful to do another one of those. It was great the other day.
Yeah, that's right. I think it'd work the day after the rest day because we don't really have interviews on the rest day, so we'll go in hot on the day after the rest day on the Tuesday. So
but then SBS will be wanting you to run around and get as many interviews as you can, and
I've got to knock those over early, and then as soon as they're done, we go live.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for the support, guys. YouTube.com/Detour Podcast will be 4 p.m. Australian Standard Time, or close enough, for the rest of the Tour de France. So thanks for your support, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Johnny?
Sounds good, mate.
Cheers.